Jack was a hard-working shopkeeper who owned a small, friendly shop in his neighborhood. His shop sold groceries, snacks, and everyday items. Jack was well known in the area. People loved him because he always greeted them with a smile and helped them find what they needed. Jack was proud of his job. He worked hard every day to provide for his family. Jack had been married to Lucy for over 10 years. Lucy was a kind woman. She took care of their 2 children, Emily, who was 10 years old, and James, who was 8. Their family lived in a small but cozy house near the shop. They didn't have a lot of money, but they were happy. Or so Jack thought. Lucy spent most of her time at home. She made sure the house was clean, cooked meals, and looked after the kids. But she was also very tired. With 2 young children and a busy home, Lucy didn't have much time for herself. Jack worked long hours in the shop, and although he loved his family, he began to feel lonely. Sometimes, after a long day of work, Jack would sit in his shop, thinking about how tired he was, how little time he spent with Lucy, and how much he missed having someone to talk to. One day, a new customer came into the shop. Her name was Anna. She was younger than Jack and always seemed happy. She smiled a lot and made friendly conversation with Jack. At first, it was nothing more than small talk. She would ask about the prices of things and chat about the weather. Jack thought she was just another customer, but Anna started coming to the shop more and more. Sometimes she would stay after she bought her things and talk to Jack for a while. Anna was different from the other people Jack usually spoke to. She was always very kind and seemed to care about Jack's life. She would ask about his day, his family, and his feelings. Jack enjoyed talking to her. It was nice to have someone who cared enough to ask. As the weeks went on, Jack and Anna began talking more. They would chat about their lives, their hopes, and even their dreams. Anna seemed to understand Jack in a way that Lucy didn't anymore. At home, things were starting to feel different. Jack loved Lucy, but their relationship had changed. They hardly talked. Lucy was always busy with the children and the house. She didn't have time for Jack anymore. Jack tried to understand, but deep down, he felt ignored. He missed the early days of their relationship when they would talk and laugh together. Now, it seemed like they just went through the motions of family life without truly connecting. One evening, after the shop closed, Anna asked Jack if he wanted to go for a walk. Jack didn't think much of it. He agreed, thinking it would be a good way to relax. They walked through the neighborhood, talking about life. Anna said, "Jack, you are such a good person. I can tell you care about your family, but sometimes I feel like you're not appreciated enough. You deserve someone who sees how wonderful you are, Bar." Jack didn't know what to say. He had never heard someone say such kind words to him before. Anna continued, "I think you're a great guy, Jack. You work hard every day, but you don't get the attention you deserve." Jack didn't know why, but Anna's words felt true. He had been working hard in his shop, and he didn't feel appreciated at home. Lucy was always busy with the kids and the house. It felt like she didn't notice how much Jack did for their family. Jack smiled weakly. "Thanks, Anna," he said, trying to hide how much her words meant to him. As the days passed, Jack began to look forward to seeing Anna. She started to visit the shop even more often, and their talks became longer. Sometimes, after closing the shop, they would grab a coffee together. Jack liked the way Anna made him feel. She listened to him, she made him laugh, and she made him feel like he mattered. One evening, Anna invited Jack to dinner. She said she wanted to thank him for being such a good person and always helping her with things in the shop. Jack agreed, thinking it would be just another friendly dinner. But when he arrived at her house, things felt different. The atmosphere was warm, and Anna had prepared a nice meal. As they sat at the table, Anna smiled at Jack. "You know, Jack, you are more than just a good man. You're amazing," she said softly. Jack felt strange. He didn't know how to respond. He wasn't used to hearing such compliments, especially not from Lucy. He started to feel confused. Was Anna right? Did he deserve more? Anna continued, "I think you're a very special person, Jack. You deserve to be loved and appreciated." After dinner, Anna walked Jack to the door. As they stood there, she looked into his eyes and said, "Jack, I'm really glad we met." And then she kissed him. At first, Jack didn't know what to do. It was a moment of weakness, and he kissed her back. In that moment, Jack felt something he hadn't felt in a long time: excitement and happiness. But at the same time, he felt guilty. He loved Lucy, but he had kissed another woman. The next day, Jack felt terrible. He couldn't stop thinking about what had happened. He loved Lucy, but he had made a huge mistake. He tried to forget about the kiss, but it wasn't easy. Anna began visiting him more often, and Jack couldn't resist. They continued meeting secretly. Jack would lie to Lucy, telling her he was working late at the shop or meeting a friend. He would rush back to Anna's house, knowing he was doing something wrong, but unable to stop himself. Each time Jack kissed Anna, the guilt grew. But when he was with her, he felt important. He felt wanted and appreciated in a way he hadn't felt for years. At home, things were becoming more and more difficult. Lucy could see that Jack was distant. She would try to talk to him, but Jack didn't seem to care. He was too busy with the shop and his secret life with Anna. One day, after weeks of lies, Lucy decided to take action. She had noticed Jack leaving the house late at night and coming back early in the morning. She felt something was wrong. So, Lucy hired a private investigator to follow Jack. The investigator found Jack meeting Anna on several occasions. He had been lying to Lucy about where he was and what he was doing. When the investigator's report came in, Lucy was heartbroken. She had always trusted Jack, but now she knew the truth. She waited for him to come home that night, her heart heavy with pain. When Jack walked through the door, Lucy didn't waste any time. "Jack, I know everything," she said quietly, holding the investigator's report in her hand. "I know about you and Anna. I know you've been lying to me." Jack's face turned pale. He felt like he had been caught in a trap. "Lucy, I'm so sorry," he said, his voice shaking. "It was a mistake. I didn't mean for this to happen." But Lucy wasn't listening. "How long, Jack?" she asked, her voice filled with tears. "How long have you been lying to me? How long have you been seeing her?" Jack could barely speak. He had hurt the woman he loved, and now it was too late to fix it. "I'm sorry," he whispered, ashamed of what he had done. Lucy packed her things that night and took Emily and James to her parents' house. Jack was left alone in the empty house. He sat there, feeling lost and broken. He had ruined everything. The family he loved, the home he had worked so hard to build, was all gone. Jack tried to call Lucy many times, but she wouldn't answer. She was too hurt, too angry to talk to him. Jack knew that he had betrayed her trust, and there was no way to fix it. His life, which had seemed so perfect just a few months ago, was now in ruins. Jack's life was very different now. He had to close his shop and move into a small apartment. He lost his family, his home, and the life he had worked so hard to build. Every day, Jack thought about his mistakes. He missed his children and Lucy more than anything, but he knew he could never go back. He had made a terrible mistake, and now he had to live with the consequences. Jack learned a hard lesson. Once trust is broken, it is very difficult to fix. He wished he could turn back time, but it was too late. He hoped that his story would help others understand the importance of trust and honesty in a relationship. Enjoying the story? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content.